cool. Just so you know, this is something that I do pretty much every week from here on out um, until New Year's. So really trying to really nip it in the butt before the New Year's does come. So if you have any questions, just let me know throughout the process of anything here. If you're new, Elizabeth, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Thanks for showing up, and hopefully you get something out of it. If you have any questions, again, you can chat it, jump in, chime in, no big deal. All right, very loose, very chilled out um, little thing we're going to go through. So what I'm going to go through today is first off the mistakes that most people make with New Year's resolutions, and then we're going to talk about how to approach it this year and also using ChatGPT to help you do that. Because there's a lot of resources out there that you just got to pay for. And for honestly, like you don't have to. There's a thousand things that you can ask ChatGPT to do, and it's free. Right, unless you pay the upgrade, I like the upgrade of ChatGPT. So if you want to do that, that's fine. But I'm sure it can give you enough information on the free version as well. So we'll just start with that. Most people wait until the new year starts, right? We wait till January 1st. And that's one huge mistake to do because what that does, it creates this urgency, right? It creates this urgency to go from zero to extreme. Like I haven't done anything in forever, and now I'm just going to start running 10 miles a day. But of course, your body's not going to like that. Your calves are going to get tight. Your knees are probably going to bother you. You might tear your Achilles. More than that, you're probably just going to be drained the entire time, right? You're working out like 5 to 6 times a day, 5 to 6 times a week, I'm sorry. And most of the time, that's going to result in you quitting. Not only that, you're going to go from eating whatever it is you want to just cutting calories. Now, I'm not going to eat anything. I'm not going to eat bread. People do, right? I'm not going to eat any carbs anymore. But for why, right? What's the specific reason? Most people don't know. They just know because that's what they did or that's what someone told them to do, right? And it worked for them. But honestly, a lot of things do not work for you just because it worked for them. So you have to find your best way, your best strategy. The all or nothing result is like, I can say I'm like that too, where it's all or nothing, where it's either I get my 1 hour a day workout or forget it. I can't do anything, right? What's the point of me working out one time this week? What's the difference between taking off and just working out one time? It's a big difference, right? There's a big difference. Um, the first thing is motivation, right? And that's what I believe is great about New Year's is that people do get motivated to work out more, to be better, to make better choices for themselves. But motivation is only as long as, a cup of coffee, right? You're going to drink your coffee, and at some point, you're going to look for some motivation. Just like when you drink coffee, you get coffee. Maybe you get a little energized, right? You get a little energized the first time. Maybe your heart rate goes up. You're a little bit more excited. You get more energy. And then think about your seventh day of coffee every day. You're pretty used to it by then, right? So now you're looking for another cup of coffee, and that's motivation, right? Motivation is just like that cup of coffee. In the beginning, it's great, but then at the end, it's like, all right, I need more, where you're never going to find it. You actually end up feeling more tired doing so. So that's always the biggest mistakes I see people make, as well as myself, especially, going through this. I live the life. I've done all the things. And through my experiences of 25 years as a coach and as a person that did compete on stage, that did wrestle, that did everything, like I'm a trainer, right? I made those mistakes and I've learned from them. And this is the strategy that I know has been the best. And the best thing that we believe is rather than resolving or having a resolution, like why are you resolving something? You're not resolving anything. That just makes you feel bad, right? It's like I am starting a New Year's resolution. I thought it was cool. So yeah, everyone New Year's resolution. Then I thought about it. I was like, what am I resolving? That I'm a shitty person? What am I resolving? Like, am I resolving that I didn't do good? That I failed myself? That I am just guilt ridden? No, I don't want to think about that stuff, right? I don't want to use that as motivation. You don't want to use those negative connotations of resolutions where all you think about is I tried, I gave up. I tried, I quit. I tried, I didn't see it. right? And that's what you see. You may not think that way, but subconsciously, that's kind of what this world made resolutions to be. So I have always said for like a long time that I believe in an evolution, right? Because we need to evolve as people. We have to evolve as a human being, whether it is in health, whether it is in spirit, whether it is in whatever standard you're going to hold to yourself. Evolution is just like, oh man, I'm going to evolve from this like crouch down Cro-Magnon person to someone that stands upright, that feels proud about themselves, that can look at themselves in the mirror, that can feel great feeling it in new clothes or older clothes, right? It's like that's always what I believe, and I think you guys are going to be on the right track here. Just because you showed up to this, right? You're watching this, you're listening to this. That means you have some inclining thought to be better and just curious to how I do this or how we do this, right? Let me just pull up my sheet really fast so I make sure I don't mess it up on you. Again, I'm recording this for people to have as a recording, so you can watch it again if you want. I'll send it to you for sure, okay? Um, what did I write here? You have to add, not punish. You have to build, not burn out. You have to practice, not perform. These are just random thoughts that I always think about. You do. You have to, instead of taking away in New Year's, everyone takes away, take away. No, we want to add. Like add little things, add something to build upon, to practice every day, right? And that starts with your workouts. That starts with how do you get your workouts in. So here is our formula. First, is going to be build the floor, not a ceiling. So build the floor, not a ceiling, right? Because like we said before, we always try to add on so much stuff that we end up touching the ceiling. But what we didn't do is we didn't build that base, right? We didn't allow ourselves to get it done. So what I'm going to show you is how to build a workout. Hopefully I can pull this up. It is how to get workouts, but not only get workouts, but you have to make them count. So let me do a share again. Guys, I'm still new at Zoom. Like I'm a FaceTime person. I like always like that stuff, but I'm gonna get here. I don't. Um, I'm gonna do that. We'll see how this works out. That's not what I want. Sorry. Oh, there it is. Got it. Boom, boom, boom. And let's share this one, please. And we'll share. Look at that stuff. This is it right here. So what we're going to do is we need to create, these are the things we need to create time, right? Create time and count small wins. No one finds time, we create it, right? Most people waste minutes, they don't notice small wins add up to big progress. So what you need to do is first off, before you even go into ChatGPT to tell you what to do, you have to accept to the fact that 10 minutes does count, that 10 minutes is something. And I'm not saying 10 minutes is all I want you to do, but if you only get 10 minutes in that day, that is a win, right? I don't know if you're a mom or a dad or whatever, and you have a busy schedule. Most of us that are here will have that busy schedule, but life gets in the way. And sometimes we don't have that time because you're taking your kids to soccer practice, you're taking your kids, picking them up to and from school, you're working 20 hours a day, and then you have this little time slot. Why do I have to work out, right? But it's building momentum, right? Rather than building like this plan, this all full out plan of what maybe what you used to do where you worked out a lot, sometimes 10 minutes is all we got. And sometimes 10 minutes is great. 10-minute workout is a great starter. It's a great warm up. And then usually the 10 minutes does turn into 15. Unless you're really time crunched, right? Once you get it going, you end up doing more. And that's the really the thought process behind the 10 minutes. It's not really just, hey, let's only have 10 minutes. No, it's start with 10 minutes per day and see where it takes you. For me, a lot of times in my busier days, I'll start off with a 10-minute workout. And now I want a little more, and I can say, oh, wait, maybe that wasn't that important. Maybe I can just hold on for another 5 to 10 minutes. Now I have a 20-minute workout, right? And that little step that you took as a win now became a double win, and then do the same tomorrow without the thought or standards of trying to get the 20 minutes again. Just look at it as trying to get 10 minutes per day. Because once you get 10, it usually does creep up to 15 to 20, sometimes an hour. I don't know. Maybe you're maybe you're crazy like me and you start making stuff up or you end up doing a full workout. So going into ChatGPT and saying, hey chat, or whatever you want to call, hey chat, I'm a busy parent. that has, now this is where it has to be subjective, right? I work 8 hours per day. I commute a 1 hour drive there and back to work. I pick up my kids here. What, kind of detail what your work day or your day looks like and say, give me 10 minute workouts I can do with, state what you have. Do you have dumbbells? Tell them exactly what type of dumbbells you have. Do you have nothing? Say, I have zero equipment, and then start adding your injuries. This is where everyone makes the mistake. They just think that they can just go into a magazine, look it up, and now it's going to give you. No, we want the safest, most non aggressive way for you to start to build. Right? I don't want you to hurt. Sure, soreness is fine. Soreness is great. But hurting yourself is a complete difference, especially if you're after 40. We know everything hurts every day anyway. So it's like snap, crackle, pop coming down the stairs over there. It sounds like a symphony of drums and and like, I don't know, clanks every time I go down. So stating your injuries, like I've had knee surgery in 1998. I had a show. Tell it. Tell ChatGPT extensive information about what it is about you, and it will give you a better prompt, or a better, not a better prompt, a better response from your prompt, right? So I'll say for me, I have a torn chest, I have a full hip replacement, I have knees, but I am very athletic and I'm okay with these movements. But maybe for someone else, it might be different. Please give me 10, maybe 20 different workouts that I can choose from that I can do during the week. Spit. And then they'll spit different ones. You know what? Let's do it. I'm going to do it right now. I don't know why let's just do it really fast. Let's go to ChatGPT. Boom, I think this will be easier. Let me stop sharing this screen. How do I do that? Like that. Thank you again for your patience with me while I do this stuff, because I am camera. I'm camera understanding. Zoom understanding. You know, that's kind of weird. And for me, here's my easier prompt. Okay. I don't type. I'm a terrible typer. Terrible typer. You don't want to look, the typo, amount of typos is like, does he have two fingers or 10? Because this guy's typing is terrible. So I will dictate it. I always dictate. Or if you like someone to listen to, and I'll do this for like, that's another, I think, podcast or another Zoom, is like, I use this for like my mental health. I talk to this lady a lot. I call her lady because it sounds like a lady. So, hey, chat, create a New Year's workout plan for me, for 10-minute workouts, maybe 5 days a week. Just give me 10 to 20 different workouts that I can do. I have a few dumbbells, maybe ranging from 10 to 30-pound dumbbells. I have a resistance band. I have an ab mat, and I do like to jog and walk. Please create 10 workouts for me. I do have hip replacement, a torn chest, a torn ACL on the left, but I'm okay. I know what I can restrict myself from. I understand my body. So please, again, just create those workouts for me. Yes, that was a terrible speaking prompt, but that's how I speak. So hopefully it picks it up. It should. There it is. And then I'll press send. I like to talk, if you don't know. Perfect. So this is always the difference. General structure, set a 10-minute timer. Look, it's already telling you what to do. Hopefully you can see this. I think you can. Um, Workout one, EMOM times 10. Every minute on the minute. If you know what EMOM means every minute on the minute. So we'll hit a clock, right? Find your timer, hit your timer, whatever, beep, hit your timer, and then you stop. For the first minute, I'll do goblet squats to a box or a chair. If that don't know what that is, I'll stand back here. Here's a little bit of a chair. I'll hold my dumbbell and I'll just sit on my chair and stand back up. And I'm not going to count reps, right? I sound probably annoying. I'm not going to count reps, but I'm just going to go by the clock and just listen for the beep. I'm going to listen for the timer. So just keep moving. If you got to take a break, you take a break in between. It doesn't necessarily matter as long as the clock starts running or keeps running. Then minute two, I'll be down on the ground. That's chest presses on the floor. See, ChatGPT knows me. He knows I like chest. I like doing chest. But you don't have to do these exercises. This is built for me. And that's the difference. You understand? Like that is the difference, because if you give it a different prompt, it's going to give you a completely different one. So let's do that. I know Elizabeth is here, so we'll do that for her. Okay? I'm just gonna do a fake one. I don't know you, but we'll do it anyway, right? Hey, so I like you to make me 10-minute workouts for myself. I am a female, 35 years old. I have zero equipment in my house. I'm actually a beginner. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing, so I want to do it safely. I do have a little bit of knee pain. I did hurt my ankle in 1998. So again, I just want to take it slow as the New Year's comes around, and please just guide me in any way you can. I might have missed some stuff, but boom, boom. And let's see what it sends me. You're doing the right thing by starting slow. So sweet. She's so sweet. Most insurance, mind, the muscle soreness is normal, sharp pain. See now listen to the language now, right? For me, it was different because I said it understands me and it's just for me. Now it's for someone else. It's different, right? Sharp pain is not, now it's talking about your injury stuff, making sure you're safe and you think about this in a different way. 10-minute workouts. Workout one, gentle full body starter. Repeat for 10 minutes. March in place, 30 seconds. Chair, sit to stand. That's the exact same thing as a goblet squat with the chair, except no weight. Just sit on your chair, stand back up. I would always say, as 25 years of training, everyone says, I can't squat, I can't squat, I can't squat. My knees hurt, I can't squat. No, you can squat. You just think squats are different, right? A chair to sit and stand is the best way to start squatting again safely because it engages everything, it gets you going, and it does it without pain, right? It teaches you proper mechanics. Wall push-ups, stand, rest, breathing. Look at all these workouts you have, right? But if we didn't, now here's the thing, right? You can easily use ChatGPT, right, to create the workouts. But if you didn't set the mind like we did in that first part about creating 10-minute workouts, but also celebrating the small wins and just accepting the fact that 10 minutes might be enough, you would look at this and be like, I can't, I can't, I can't do that. So again, don't forget, it's also your mindset and how you approach everything. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. It doesn't have to be 100%. It just has to be a little bit. And then from there, I would guarantee that you would do this for 10 minutes and then you feel good and you start getting those endorphin rush and then you probably go right into this one for another 10 minutes. And now you get a 20-minute workout, which is something you haven't done in years. I'm not saying you specifically. I'm just saying anyone that's really talking out here. So let me unshare this screen. I think I did that correctly. And now let me move back to my notes so I don't jib jab too much because I love to talk, by the way. Um, so here's go. So with that said, this is the time audit. Okay. I will share the screen with you. This is our time audit. So going back to the workouts, right, which is probably the most important thing, just having something available. We also have to work on committing to these time slots, right? And we call this a time audit because everyone has no time. We have zero time. I have no time. So the 5-minute exercise is spot hidden time pockets. So what you're going to do as a busy person is you're going to write down your whole, it's just like your diet, right? You have to write down everything you eat. You got to figure it out. Right? If you don't have it in front of you, you're not really going to know which way to go. So write down your last 24 hours in chunks, morning, afternoon, evening. So I woke up at blank, 10, whatever, 10 a.m. It's Saturday, say a normal day, right? I woke up at 6:30 in the morning. I ate breakfast, made the kids breakfast, got them ready for school. I got ready for work. So you just kind of see where your day went. Now, what you're going to do is when it's there, you're going to circle two spots where those 10-minute workouts can happen for you. Now, this is where you can't be negative, right? This is where you can't be, it's never gonna fit in my crazy day. Fuck this guy. No, it's where is, I'm sorry if your kids are listening, I apologize. Where is it? Where's a time in your day or week from Monday through Friday that you can fit in these 10 minutes? I would always say the best time to work out, people think is before they eat. I would say after they eat, like after you have dinner is a good one too, because it just becomes a trigger, right? It's like, oh, I ate. You're not gonna eat crazily, right? So you're not gonna be like all super full. wait a little bit and then start moving. That actually helps digestion. Like a slow walk after your meal helps digestion really well. It helps like it helps your body move the food through. So it really does. It's proven. Studies have shown that it does help a lot. But if you're like want to get it done in the morning, then find that slot 10 minutes in the morning. Maybe it is the first thing in the morning. Instead of you rushing to get your coffee, which you should hold off on as well, right? That's a whole nother topic of cortisol and stress, right? That's why we all have like, chichos or, love handles and stuff like that. It's really, that's linked to stress. But creating those time pockets where it's going to be, then decide your action. So I think we kind of just talked about that. Like after my meal or dinner or lunch, right at work, I'm going to go for a walk instead of sit there and scroll because that's going to help my digestion. That's going to help my stress. And it's also going to help me get movement in, right? So, where are these little things throughout the day that you can find time and commit to those times, right? I'm not going to say take 3 to 5 minutes now. You can do this later on if you want to, so you have more time to do that. Habit stacking. This is one after another. So like just like we said, after dinner I'll go for a walk. Here's one after my coffee. I'll stretch for 5 minutes. After brushing my teeth, I'll do 10 push-ups. After dropping the kids off school, I'll walk around the block. So having this routine where exercise is thrown into this is called habit stacking. Not only are you doing great things for yourself, but you're creating healthy habits multiple times throughout the day, which creates more success, right? Because if you do it the other way and you're a busy person, when are you going to go to the gym? You're going to have to drive there. You're going to have to park the car. You have to figure out what to do. You're going to have to, if you like going to the gym, cool, perfect. Then find your slots to do the same thing, right? Find the time of the day that you're going to go, that you're going to commit to. And if something wrong happens, like you, because you got busy, it's not a bad thing. You just go on to the next day, right? You flush that workout and just move on to the next one. The mistake is doing things 2 days in a row, right? So it's like, oh, I missed today. I'll just not forget it. I'll wait till Monday. How many of us have done that? I'm sure a lot, right? So if you miss one, just get into the next one. And this isn't based off my theories. This is based off a book called Atomic Habits. If you want to read it, go ahead. If you don't want to, I'm sure there's, you want a free one, I'm sure it's on YouTube. If you want a free outline of the book, just ask ChatGPT. Hey, James Clear has a book called Atomic Habits. Give me the main points that I can walk away from this. And you don't have to read about all the stories, he says. I'm sorry, everyone that writes books. I wrote books too. A lot of our stuff is fluff. Just saying. So, getting inside. So, that's really it. So, key message here for this part is create time by reclaiming open minutes, stacking habits. Be proud of the things you did. Be proud of the stuff that you accomplished, whether it's small, whether you did 10 push ups after you did brush your teeth. That sounds ridiculous, but it's something, right? Because that's a time that you have. And for me, I understand that time is very valuable, very, very valuable. Not for monetary purposes. No, it's valuable because it doesn't give you the things that you want to do, right? If you don't have the time to do it, then it's like, shit, how do I find the time to do so? So let's go back to this. Let me close that. That is the one thing I always want to check in on because it's important. Not body assessment. That's the wrong one. There you go. Sorry there. So we talked about that. We talked about creating time, making the floor, stacking the wins, right? So we did that. Missing without drama, right? That missing without drama means don't feel bad about missing. Just get back on the horse and do it again, right? Get on the horse and find out a way to make it happen that next day, right? Whether it's just a walk. There's so many times that I want to go out here into the garage and have this great workout, but I was like, I'll do it later. You know what I mean? I've done it so many times because like maybe I just didn't feel good. I felt tight. I don't want to hurt myself, right? So I want to make sure I feel good. But then what I realized, there's no really great moment where you're going to feel good after 40 years old. Like everything hurts no matter what. So I'll go into my warm up and at least go through there. And from there, I'll do my body assess where I'll do light movement, my same warm up patterns. It's very similar to the workout number one that you had there, where it's like we jog in place or walk in place, hit some squats, and it's like, don't really feel it, I'll wait. But if usually as I keep going and I get warmed up, it leads to my workout. So again, just stepping in and doing something and creating that habit to step in, because there's gonna be days you're not gonna want to, right? It becomes a habit, it becomes a ritual. Like I don't want to brush my teeth all the time. It's annoying, but I have to because I want these teeth to look nice. I don't want cavities. I don't want bad breath. Like, I don't want to wear clothes. Well, I don't want clothes. I don't want to get dressed for like a formal, like wear that, but sometimes you got to do it. So it just becomes a habit and you create to do it. Why this works? Why does the evolution work more than resolutions? Because it respects your real life patterns. It respects that this is what's going to happen in my real life. And now you're planning around things that work for you, not for another person. Coaches will give people generic stuff, right? And I'm a coach. Right? I consider myself an anti-coach because I love teaching you guys how to do what it is we do successfully. Right. And I don't hide that I use ChatGPT to help create people's workouts. No, I use it because I'm smart. I know what I'm doing. This is just a great tool to make life so much easier than me having to guess a lot or research so much. And it's perfect. It works during stress times. It doesn't depend on willpower because you don't have to I gotta work out for an hour. I gotta do this big chest workout that I was supposed to do. My friends do. Now I gotta work out with them. You don't have to work with them. Do it on your own. Resolutions chase motivation. Evolution builds momentum. The evolution builds the momentum that for long-term success. You're gonna build habits that you're gonna keep with the rest of your life, and you will teach other people these same habits. Resolution, you're going to work out really hard and quit in 4 weeks. It's a guarantee. There's a 1% chance that you're going to survive a resolution. 1% chance. Why do you think gyms stay open? Because they want you to go in there on New Year's, and that's why they pump everyone. There's a reason why the highest marketing campaign is New Year's for gyms, because that's where they make the most money, and they guarantee and they wait for you to step in, buy a 3-year membership, and then you never come back again. Now it's forever hard to get out of that gym membership, and then maybe you'll go back, but for the most part you won't. But if you have a different mindset, a different way of approaching things, a different way of going at it, this is the best way. I wasn't going to go into this, but I'm going to. We're going to do meal planning for you as well. Okay. I was going to stop there, but I just am in a role and I like this. So let's give you the system. We already picked out the workouts. Now I want to show you how I create meal plans for people using ChatGPT. Let me wipe my nose. Okay, I got boogers. I got boogers. I got boogers. Let me get a sip of water. I'll be right back. I don't know. Do I have my? Give me a second. Let me see if my old. I wasn't gonna do this. I was gonna wait till next week, but fudge that. If you don't mind, just give me a second, please. I will look for the PDF if I have it. If not, I'll just do it live because it's probably gonna be better. Anyway, where is that? Meal plan. Whoa, crank meal plans. Didn't want that. Let's make this old. Is this life adjustments? Let me just check. This is hitting a stall. Does this count? Please explain everything in terms what this gives you, a new calorie deficit. Maybe. This is adjusting calories. Let me hold on to this one. I'm just gonna go into it. Was it week 5? I don't know. What to do when the scale, this is one called what to do when the scale won't move. How to use chat. I got it. All right, here it is, everybody's. It's in November, I think. All right, so let me share my screen. Thanks for holding on. Collect info. Boom, share. Hope you can hear me. Yeah, I think you can hear me. That's not the sound. Okay, we got it, right? You do see me, correct? Yes. Let me look at myself. Yeah, why am I in there? Like a DJ. That's weird. The weird gamer. Sorry for that. Sorry for me being, I didn't know I was in the middle of the thing. So here's what we always do, right? So like just to explain at Crank, we have different gears, different cogs. And the explanation of this is that when we only have one or two cogs working, the machine doesn't move, right? So for us, we believe that all these different cogs, when they start working together and the rust is out and they're now churning, you become a churning machine. You become a successful machine. So like understanding the why you're doing things. We did the time. We're going to do the diet, the movement, the belief, and then that'll just go, right? So boom. Once those are going together, think about that. Anytime you want to screenshot something, just take a screenshot, please, for real. Do that. My face is gonna be on it, right? That's gross. Let me get out of there. Hold on. Why is my face? Hold on. Hold on. Let me do you a favor, because I don't want my stinky face on there. Boop. That's better. All right. So first, what you're going to do is collect your info. Personalizing your meal plan, you want to get as personal as possible. Right? Not a short, hey, make me a meal plan. That's the biggest mistake people make with ChatGPT is they say, hey, create a meal plan for me, 5 days, keto, I weigh this much. Not enough information. It's going to give you something you can find in a magazine. You might as well break out the old muscle fitness magazines or bikini magazines and find one and just use that. Don't do it. Be specific. And if you want, again, screenshot this age, weight, height, activity level. Now, with activity level, this is where you have to be specific with it. Okay. So, my age, I'll do me. I'm 48 years old. What's up? I'm 48 years old. I weigh 188 pounds. I'm 5'4". And most people say, and I'm moderately active. Define moderately active. You don't know. Right? Oh, I'm highly active. Are you? You sure? You sure you're highly active? I know a lot of people that think they're highly active, but they're only moderately active. Right? It's very subjective. That line is such a very subjective thing. So, just like before with injuries, we're going to go a little deeper. I work out. I strength train 4 to 5 times per week, right? I walk 10K steps or more per day. I like to run a mile once or twice per week. I stretch 5 times per day, or 5 times, not even, that's a lie. That's a lie. I stretch 1 time a week. I'm really bad at stretching. But do you understand what I'm saying? I sit all day at work. My commute is XYZ. I think that would be it, right? That like your activity. I'm pretty sedentary throughout the day. That can be someone's life. But there's another person that might say, I work in construction. I'm on my feet all day long. I drive to work for an hour. I come home for an hour and a half because of traffic. You understand? Explain what you do every day as your activity level. Really throw it into there because it's going to give you the proper amount of calories that you're going to need. This is the most important thing, right? Food preferences and allergies. Food preferences. I am vegan. I don't like meat. I don't like seafood. I do like meat, chicken, well, I don't know, whatever it is you like. What are your do's and don'ts? What are like your, oh, I'll never have it again. Well, then don't allow it to give it to you, right? And it still might, but at least it'll minimize it. And then you can say, hey, man, I don't like fish. Don't forget. And then you have any allergies? For me, I have nightshade allergies. So nightshade, I have a very hard intolerance allergy. It makes me sick. So nightshades are tomatoes, potatoes, peppers. I'm no fun, people. I have zero fun in life. Zero. Tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, eggplants, fun. It's nightshade, spinach. I can't eat. Yeah, so these are the things I can have. But if you are allergic to nuts, if you're allergic to dairy, you are gluten intolerant, tell it that. Tell it that. How many meals per day? We always like to start with 3 meals, 2 snacks. That's like the generic thing. But what's realistic to you? Do you eat normally breakfast, lunch, and dinner? We don't want to change the patterns of what you do unless you're not doing a lot. The main thing we're going to do is we're going to add stuff most likely, right? So give me my calories and or macro targets, foods that you'll enjoy. So here's the prompt in a what's that called way. Be specific. I am 42-year-old female, 185 pounds. I work out 3 times a week strength training. I walk 10K plus a day, 3 meals, 2 snacks, about 1,800 calories. I don't like fish or nightshades. Ask for portion sizes and realistic foods. Boom, give to ChatGPT, and then always ask Chat, can you please double check that math? Boom, and it's gonna spit it out. Boom. Step three, we're gonna do it after this, okay? Just so you know. Ask GPT to swap foods and adjust meals. Now just adjust it as you need to or like. Just adjust it. Coach's prompt, that's for me. So here, screenshot this. This is the prompt. I'll give you a second to screenshot it. If not, we're going to throw it into ChatGPT anyway and see what it gives us. I'm going to copy and paste it, and we'll go into that screen as well, just so you can see what it does. All right. Let's show you what it does. Step right up, volunteer. This, again, this is from a while ago. Golden nugget. A good meal plan fits your life, not someone else's. ChatGPT is a tool to control your strategy. Significant input. Command. That's 12-week challenge. Let's go Jets. Are you a Jets fan? No? Okay. Well, I am. So let's do this, and we'll go to ChatGPT again. Look at all these workouts. That's great. Let me show you. I love that it's printed out such good workouts for you. ChatGPT, not that. Shared. I think you see it. Yes. Those are workouts. 20 good workouts. That's crazy. So we're gonna pop that into it. All right, let's fill in these blanks here. I am, let's let's say 40 years old. I'll say female. Because once you put male or female, it does change things. So not much, but currently weigh, we'll say anyone here, I don't know, 160 pounds. Whoa, 69 pounds, whatever. So on 6'7", it's my kids. Activity, we know what to say with activity, right? Boom, that wants to change. So I'm going to change this to, um, oh, where'd it go? Oh my gosh, I did it wrong. I'm just going to forget it. Like I said, I don't like typing. All right, I know what to do her. I'm gonna change. I'm just gonna talk this one out, okay? I told you I'm really bad at typing, so I'm just gonna do this. Let's clear it out. Here we go. Hey chat, you don't have to say hey chat. I am a 40-year-old female, 169 pounds. I like to work out, but don't really know what to do. I have zero. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm doing the wrong prompt. Sorry. Stupid, but hey, I am 5'4", 48 pounds, 160. Oh my God. I am really blowing it here. Hey, I'm 5'4", 180 pounds, female. I don't really know how to strength train. I usually just do cardio, like walking or running. I haven't done it in a while. I can say maybe 2 to 3 times this month. But throughout the day, I am sedentary. I commute to work back and forth about 45 minutes each. I pick up my kids from daycare, and then when I get home, I have all the mom responsibilities I can handle from getting homework done to getting them to their activities. But I don't move much just before and after work. I don't like fish. I would like to have a lower carb option of meal plans. I have zero allergies. Can you please create a 3-day meal plan for me with 3 different options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snacks that would be suitable for my calorie count? I'm freestyling this one, but let's see what it says. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I didn't say one thing. I want to lose weight. Reasonable sustainable fat loss target. Okay, so it knows. So your target calories here, it's showing you, is 16 to 1700 calories per day. Why this works. Enough fuel so you don't crash because most people undereat. They don't overeat, you undereat. If I logged in all your stuff, you always undereat. It's true. Realistic business schedule doesn't require perfection. Macro approach. Yep, macros is the best. So here, it's done. Day one. Non-fat Greek yogurt, honey berries, chia seeds, sprinkle cinnamon. Pretty basic, but it's protein, right? You want it protein based, protein based. Lunch, chicken veggie bowl. Boom, 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 boom. grilled chicken, sauteed vegetables. It just gives you a guideline. It just gives you a thing. But you know what else we can do? Which is another step. And here's another breakfast option. And then, you could format it any way you want. Two eggs with a slice of toast. Bread isn't the devil. Remember that. Bread is not the devil. Even low carb life, it's not the devil. Rice is not the devil. Pasta is not the devil. The amount of portion sizes you take in is what happens, right? You have a higher tendency to eat more carbohydrates. You can have it, you just have to control those portion sizes. That's what it is. Protein, no one wants to eat a pound of steak. It's gross, right? It's very satiating. That's why protein is great to have because it's very satiating. It makes you fuller faster. So, if you understand that's a whole nother topic, but let's get back to this. Here it is, a smoothie for day 3. These are all different options that you have. Now, what you can do is, watch this. This one's all right. This sounds weird, right? I have a chicken veggie bowl. Boom. So let's do this. Can you make give me a recipe for this option? And here's some beginner-friendly recipes that you can have. So it's not just plain Jane chicken, broccoli in a bowl. You can, but some people don't know how to cook. They need that resource. Keep asking ChatGPT questions. Keep asking it questions over and over and over again. Now, if you find something I couldn't find, let's say this. Here's another one. I'm really busy at lunchtime. I need something quick and easy to hit these macros while I'm at work. Can you give me 3 options for that? It's right there. Option one, protein box lunch, rotisserie chicken, cheese stick. So now it's just packs, right? Say you're really busy and you don't have time to eat broccoli. It's a boom, eat these snacks. Lettuce wraps, it's already done. So that's actually what I do. I actually do turkey lettuce wraps a lot because I just have them there, roll them up, and I just eat them. Especially when like I'm on the go or in my car. Protein your combo. I'm sure like protein bars, anything. There's other things you can do. So the more you feed it, the better it is. The main thing is don't get paralysis by analysis, right? Let's not get paralysis by analysis by being frozen by too much information. You can go down the hole of ChatGPT, that's fine, but still take the step forward. Set up the 10-minute walk, set up the meal plan, get into it, but think of it as now. Don't wait till New Year's. Like go do it tomorrow. And it doesn't have to be the whole full 100%. It can just be maybe going for a walk. Maybe just doing the time audit. Maybe just doing something you need to do to get it started now. Don't wait for the rest of the people that want to start on January 1st when you can get a head start now. You can start setting up these patterns and these habits today, right? Right after we're done. Not saying you're not busy, but go outside. It's snowing in New Jersey, from New Jersey, so I do apologize. Maybe you don't want to, maybe go outside and shovel. That counts as extra movement, right? Maybe go up and down your stairs. These are the best, guys. Your neighbors might not like it, but fuck them. Sorry, because you're more important than your neighbors. Go up and down your stairs for 10 minutes. Go up the stairs, down your stairs, slow. It doesn't have to be hard. You can go up and down consistently. I walk around my kitchen, guys. I just walk in circles. When the kids work out with me, we'll go walk around 2 times around the table, 10 squats, back around the table, 10 squats. There's so many different things you can do, but we really love to handcuff ourselves to saying we can't because it's not the perfect scenario. It's not the perfect workout. It's not the perfect diet. And there's no such thing. That's what I want you to walk away with today. If there's nothing you walked away with today, is I'm sure you've walked away with some information, is that there's no such thing as perfection. It's just about being progressive. Find something that you can evolve, right? Be a better person than you were yesterday. Be a better person than you were last week, whether it is physically, mentally, spiritually. Be a kind of person. I don't know, whatever it is, but all does come together, and those cogs will come into alignment, and you will be a better machine. So, with that said, thank you so much for coming out. For Elizabeth, again, if you want to try out Crank. I'll let you try it. You need workouts, you want to work out with me, whatever it is, just let me know. I'll let you try it out for free for a month. So listen, it doesn't hurt. But if not, you got all the resources you can to start. And yeah, man, just let me know if any of you guys want to, need help. I'm right here. I'll be back next week. So I'm going to talk again about this next week. If you have any questions, please let me know. Any comments, any concerns, I'll open it up right now. Liz, you could unmute yourself if you want to, or you could type it in the chat. If not, you have a great Sunday. And you can always email me or DM me with any questions you have that you can't think about now. Don't ever think you don't have a resource to ask. You can always ask me. I'm not here to pitch. I'm not here to do anything. I literally just want to see people fucking change their lives. And that's it. I always do. Again, I'm sorry for cursing if your kids are around. God, I'm terrible. Oh, I'll ask God for forgiveness today. All right, so we're good. Perfect. All right, everyone, thanks so much. If you haven't, I do have free resources at notimetoworkout.com and busyparentfitness.com. Free workouts, 10-minute workouts that you can do. I have that. It's over there. I think that's busyparentfitness.com and then notimetoworkout.com. So you can check those out too. All right. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for coming out. If you want, I'll see you next week. I'll do the same thing, but if there's more stuff that we can talk about, I'd love to do that too. Always an open forum and always something for you to just jump on and listen. All right. Have a great day. God bless.